Hi, I'm Professor Karen Wightman. I'm a professor at SCAD and work in the beauty department as well as the luxury and fashion management department. I have 20 plus years of experience with L'Oreal in their luxury supply chain. What that means is L'Oreal divides their business into three main segments: luxury, consumer, which is a mass division, and then professional, who deal with doctors, professional hair designers, etc. So my time was spent always in the luxury sector. And my main focus while I started in marketing was on the supply chain side, working very closely with marketing to bring products to market, to make sure that we had the right amount of products for the customers and to meet the needs of marketing. Additionally, I have managed a spa and a yoga studio. I've worked for a company who distributed spa products around the world. So things like facials, um, elements, what's used in facials, be it equipment, creams, lotions, gowns, etc. And also, I've been a retail associate. And I like to stress that with students. In my case, it was retail, but in other cases, it could be customer service, either through phone, through text, etc. But anytime that you've had an opportunity to work directly with customers is excellent background for someone who wants to be in marketing. Marketing is all about being able to relate to the customer. And the customer is not always the same as you. So, knowing how customers act when they're buying products, actually interacting with them, hearing their questions, their concerns, their complaints, all makes you a much better marketer. So, it's how you present yourself and those roles that you've had, which are oftentimes a lower level role, but still very important. And I think they're really critical to point out to professionals as you're moving forward in your career. So some of the brands that I've worked on, I was worked on Giorgio Armani for about 10, 12 years. Actually launched the brand Giorgio Armani Beauty in the United States. And it started out in one door. At this point, it's probably in, I'm guessing, about 200 doors, maybe 250. But started out extremely, extremely small. And we built that up over time, focusing on what products were working, what wasn't working, definitely high touch, etc. So that is sort of my baby. Yves Saint Laurent. I was part of the team that integrated Yves Saint Laurent into L'Oreal when we purchased that beauty business from the Gucci brands. Um, this lip product, when this launched, was a huge turnaround point for Yves Saint Laurent. And Yves Saint Laurent today is known for their lip products, but mainly because of this product here that launched. And it was really instrumental as a formula, a unique formula. But like I said, in really turning the brand around and relating to a younger customer. Kiehl's was a brand that I worked on for a short time, okay, which has its own unique properties because of its retail presence. We owned retail stores. Mhm. Ralph Lauren fragrances was always in the background. I kind of worked on it here and there over time, but it was always there. My peers worked on it, and we often shared ideas. So it's been around for a long time. They've done a lot of business, and certainly a lot to learn from the Ralph Lauren fragrance franchise. Shuyamura, a brand not a lot of students know about. If you do know about it, it's probably because of their eyelash curler, which was their number one product. And the eyelash curler you can still buy in the United States. Most of the products are a little bit more difficult. We discontinued it as a line. There were retail stores, um, but it's a very, very SKU intense line. And what that means is there's a lot of products. Their eyeshadow collection alone, hundreds. Okay, so a very intense product, and it's Shuyamura was actually a man. He was a makeup artist in Hollywood, and a Japanese man, and then he created this brand. It has a huge cult following in many countries. What's pictured here is the cleansing oils. So he was one of the first to really start with cleansing oils, and that's become a lot more popular these days. And then Victor and Rolf. So I was around for the launch of Flower Bomb, which actually most people don't realize started out extremely small. Not as small as Giorgio Armani Beauty, but still very, very limited distribution. And it grew over time. And what that means is it's a really strong brand. It means that not only were we attracting new customers, but we were getting a lot of repeat customers. So I'm not saying that all brands want to start out small, but you do want to have a nice steady growth and with that repeat customer and attracting new customers. So it was really exciting to watch this grow from this tiny little jewel into what it has become today, which is a major top 10 fragrance. What do I teach at SCAD? So I teach a couple programs. I teach Beauty 210, which is beauty and fragrance through the ages. And we talk about the history of beauty and fragrance, how it's changed, how it's reflected the lives of women at those times. And we also do an overview of the product categories, fragrance, skincare, and makeup. So this is the first beauty course that you would take in the beauty major. We also offer that class as a 1 week overview in something called SCAD Summer Session. And this is for high school students who can come in and get an overview of the major. So it meets every day for 5 days, 1 week, and we touch on different topics. We have guest speakers, and focusing really on, getting students involved to understand what the major of marketing beauty is really about. I also spend time advising students in other majors who are working on beauty products. So that could be students in fashion buying and marketing, or even in luxury fashion and marketing management. So anyone who's working on a beauty project, I usually get involved to help them and help them direct their project, answer questions on their projects, etc. So in the beauty programs at SCAD, they're very interactive. So while you're seeing the video here about the workshops, this is 1 out of 20 classes in a quarter. For any given class, there's 20 classes. And in this particular workshop, it looks like a skincare workshop where they're actually trying product. However, that's not the focus of the class. Yes, you need to understand product. You need to be able to describe product. When you put a cream on, we describe it as slip, right? How does it feel on the skin? Does it glide over the skin? Does it sort of drag on the skin? What's the feel? So you need to be able to understand how people describe product, and you need to understand different products, what they touch, how you talk about them, what they feel like, what consumers are looking at, etc. But that's not the focus. We really focus on guest speakers, lectures, and teaching you how to think critically about marketing. So this is a marketing major. The focus is on beauty. So when I talk to students about career planning, right, there's 2 elements. There's an industry and there's a function. And I'll give you an example. A function could be accounting, right? You could do accounting in a sports industry. You could do it in a service industry. You could do it for Procter and Gamble. You could do it for Keebler Cookies. You could do accounting for many different industries, right? So what we teach is marketing, which is the function, but we focus it on a beauty industry. So you'll get a lot of input about beauty and how marketing for beauty is somewhat different than other brands. Okay? But there's no doubt that it is a marketing program. You'll be developing marketing plans. You'll be presenting your ideas in very professional ways. We like to call it presentation boot camp, because no matter where your presentation skills are, you will be encouraged to increase them. And how we prepare students, we try to bring in a lot of guest speakers so that they can see real life, what goes into making product. The beauty industry is very glamorous from the outside. On the inside, it does have its glamorous moments, but it's a lot of work and it's very competitive as well, especially today with there's so many brands popping up every single day. And what we teach you is how to have a point of difference, how to communicate that point of difference for your brand, and how to really reach your customers. One of the things that's impressed me the most about the beauty students is a few things, actually. the number of brands that they're aware of and that they use and try. So even very niche brands, the students are very aware of that. And that's important, right? To know what's going on in the industry. I think also being able to focus in on niches that need product that are not being met, the needs of that market are not being met, and identifying what those are. And I've been very impressed that some of the students have come up with projects that do not are not products that they would use. Let's say it's for older women, right? Or I have older students coming up with projects, for Gen Z or even Gen Alpha, right? So coming up with products for markets that you're not a part of, okay? And you need to be able to do that as a marketer. Your skills in marketing can take you far, but you need to be able to adapt to different places. If all you can do is market to yourself or the group of people that you represent, then your skills aren't very transferable. And you want to be able to transfer between, especially in a big company like L'Oreal, makeup or hair or fragrance, or working on an ethnic brand or a digital native brand, regardless of whether you are that target market or not. And that's what we really help you do, to think strategically, to identify the target market, to understand the target market and really get inside their head, and then to be able to translate your ideas and present them.